And the thing is about waking up so early, music loud, sorry. Look how quiet everywhere is. I mean, this venue was bouncing last night. Today, not a soul except us. Definitely a good time for me to come out and get my little ship tour done, which I haven't got time for today because we're going to go on a tour. As modelled by me. Yeah, they're nice though. It really is very quiet. I actually thought that because we've got an early tour booked, usually when we're on our way, you can see lots of other people. But today, breakfast. Yeah, I go this way. But today, there's literally nobody about. So I'm questioning whether we're up at the right time. It doesn't matter if we're not, because we're out and about now and we're ready, so we could make use of this time anyway. I could anyway. We are just arriving in Montenegro, and you can see, haven't yet docked. The ship is just pulling into the side. It's so clever how they do it. People out on their balcony watching, and then all the workers there getting ready for us. The buses are down there, I don't know whether you can see them. It looks like the rain is holding off. We heard that it was going to be raining. It's a very mountainous place, isn't it? Look at all those mountains. Oh my goodness. I don't really know what I expected from here. What did you expect?
Not really.
I didn't expect a lot. I didn't expect anything really. But this looks very much like a holiday place. There's lots of high rises. There's like a little marina that I can see. I'll show you now. A little marina through there. Maybe this is like a holiday place. Oh, is there, what's that? Like a navy ship or something?
Probably.
Like a navy ship over there. Quite industrial looking so far. And we need to go because we're going for our tour. So I'm going to take you with me because we're going to go to the lounge. I have to wait there for about 15 minutes. Thank you very much. And I think it's a small group today. We're not really sure until we get there. So let's go on a tour of Montenegro. Well, it's a shame I didn't have my camera running for that because I just went flying and I hurt my little finger. I had to hold it out, grab hold of the rails, didn't even break a nail, mind, but ouch, there was water dripping.
You slipped, mine. I slipped.
You slipped
that's
as
why
well?
I look at you.
Oh, Jeff slipped as well, and then I just went literally foot from underneath me. See?
Now, good morning, I'm Mariana, your tour guide for today. Our driver Pero. We are going, welcome in Montenegro. We are going from here in Bay of Kotor, beautiful Bay of Kotor. So today they announced very bad weather. Very stormy and rainy from 12, starting from 12. But I don't believe always what I read on internet. I hope it won't rain. But it's written on 12 o'clock, 100% of rain and a big storm. We will see.
We don't like rain.
Yes. If you do you have a raincoats, umbrellas from a ship they gave you? No.
Umbrella rope.
No. Yes. Okay. For now we are in a bus.
This is something I've been so excited about because you know how much I love my history, and the city walls of Kotor and the Old Town are iconic features of this historic coastal town in Montenegro, which is located on the Bay of Kotor. And I don't think I pronounced that correctly, I think it's Kotor. Anyway, the city walls were constructed between the 9th and the 19th centuries by the Venetians and other rulers to protect the town from invaders. They've got like a Byzantine, Venetian and local architecture influences. The walls stretch about 4.5 kilometres. They encircle the old town and then extend up to the steep hills to the fortress of San Giovanni, St. John, which is 260 metres above sea level. And if you do walk up there, it offers amazing views of Kotor and the bay, and it's also been recognised as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The layout of the old town is like a labyrinth of narrow cobblestone streets, squares and alleys, and it's renowned for its well-preserved medieval urban planning. There are some lovely attractions to see while we are in the old town, starting with the Maritime Museum of Montenegro, and this is a Baroque-style building from the 18th century, and it celebrates the importance as a naval and trading hub in the Adriatic Sea. And there are so many exhibits to see, from the maritime artefacts like models of ships and the navigation tools, to the historical weapons that they use, to uniforms, to the cultural pieces. And it just gives you a really good insight into the maritime traditions of Kotor and the broader Adriatic region.
Original 300 years.
Yeah. 300 years old, and table and chairs made of lemon tree. Oh, that's pretty. I'm literally always the last one. This is so beautiful. The tour guide just told us that when Game of Thrones was being considered, they came here, when Game of Thrones was being made, they came here and considered here, but ended up filming in Dubrovnik, which is 2 hours away.
No, they turned this down.
They turned this down.
The Kotoran turned it down, the offer.
No, the Kotorans didn't. The films did, and the Kotorans are jealous, that's what she said.
I want to pray about
We're in Orthodox Square. We're making our way to the cathedral because Jeff wants to have a little look at that, and then we're meeting in half an hour. So all we've got to do is try not to get lost in this little maze. We found the cathedral and we didn't even get lost. Might find cheaper stuff, Jeff.
In the 10 minutes.
Yeah. So that there is the humiliation fountain, where they literally used to bring people under the clock tower to be humiliated if they did things wrong. So just making our way to our next stop, and there's a little ship in. A ship or a ferry or what? It's a ship, isn't it? Like a little ship. The reason we couldn't dock here is because it's too big. So they arranged for it to be, which is why we had the 2-hour journey on the bus. But I think it was definitely worth it because seeing that old town is gorgeous, and we've got a few more stops to do on the way.
Just if you can hear me, just do something, please.
Over there is the island we were meant to be going to, but it's very windy, so we can't. The leaves are falling from the trees and they're hurting you and they're hitting you in the face. Oh, there is a storm on the way. Well, the rain came. Oh God! We didn't let a storm bother us. We were eating outside but undercover, and soup for starters, chips and chicken for my main course, and a fruit plate for dessert. Well, it got very, very stormy here. We're waiting until it stops so we can get to the bus. And it doesn't stop there anytime soon.
Come on!
Well, the weather didn't stop. The rain is still going, but it's okay. We're covered. With plastic bags from the hotel.
Show everyone, show everyone.
Everyone is just putting their black bags on, which are white bags.
White bag.
Their plastic bags on, and then we're heading out into this weather to go back to the bus. I've slept all the way up to my thinking I didn't need to sleep. I fall asleep again on my camera. But there's lovely houses and apartments and hotels and it's a lovely place. I think we'll definitely come back here for a visit. Look, just driving past another nice hotel. Splendid, isn't it? It's called Hotel Splendid. And so we're heading back to the ship now. Didn't get to the island on the boat, but obviously that was because of the weather being choppy, so we weren't able to go across. And we had food, and that's when the rain started. We were absolutely soaking, so I had the idea to ask them about the golf carts if they could take us, but nobody was going to volunteer to take us up to the bus because there's no buses allowed on the road that we were on. So he went in and said, well, that's fine as long as you've got some bin bags. That's why we were all covered in bin bags. That's Jeff's idea. And we managed to walk straight up, and it wasn't that bad, it was only a bit of rain. It was just coming down so heavily in the beginning that we couldn't even attempt it, because there's not just us here, obviously there's 20 of us all together on the tour, but there's elderly as well, and they couldn't afford to with that rain. It wasn't safe to do so. So we waited until it slowed down a little bit. That's when we went up in the bus, heading back to the ship. And then obviously we need to dry off because we've got the bin bags on the top of us, so we're fine. The bottoms, feet sunken, like the sandals on, just got trainers on, and it's absolutely ridiculous. We are like, well, you can imagine, can't you? Because you're walking, like wading through massive puddles that are like swimming pools. But I'm not going to complain because we've had a lovely day. Even though the food was good, although I think my food was best because I had like chicken and chips, I think it was. I'm not really sure if it was veal. It might have been veal, but in my head it was chicken because that's when I eat it. I don't eat veal. That's just me. Not going quite yet. First, I'm going to show you. We're coming up to an island I missed earlier because I was sleeping on the way there. I think I've slept every bus journey we've been on. And it's like an exclusive executive island where I think it's more for the rich and famous. Definitely is for the rich and famous because how much did it cost for one night? Jeff can't remember, but it was a pretty penny. So I'm going to turn you around. I don't know how much of it we'll see because earlier it was clearer and now it's not so clear. I'm going to show you one thing. And there it is. So obviously because I was sleeping I have done some research, but Jeff was absolutely spot on. It is an exclusive island. It was previously a fishing village. It hasn't been open since 2020, which is a real shame, but it is an exclusive island for the rich and famous. So Jeff was awake when she was telling them about it, and it used to be a fisherman's village, and they couldn't afford to run it, so they sold it to the government, who then put hotels on there and big holiday homes. Nobody lives on there, but it used to be a separate island, and then they built a road to go to it, which I guess is why it's so expensive. So it's like an exclusive resort area type thing, and I'm not sure what it's called. I will have to look up and put it here, because I will have done my research by the time I'm editing this video, hopefully. Back on the ship and a quick change and ready for the dome show, and obviously not allowed to take videos, so I've taken some lovely photographs. These aerial artists are so talented. We really enjoyed watching the dome shows. There was a slight accident when we watched it. Somebody did have a fall, and that I think is one of the massive risks that they do take. But they weren't badly injured, which is absolutely the main thing. After the show, we just headed to the buffet to grab something quick to eat, and then after that, we headed to bed. Obviously, I forgot to record, so here's a lovely photo of my food. We are headed to Corfu tomorrow on another lovely tour. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, because genuinely it really does help small channels like myself. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.